Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay. If you're new here, hello, welcome. Before we totally get into this video, it is super late for this to get posted. We are now July 19th, and I think I recorded this. Oh, this must have still been in March. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've been able to edit. I've had issues with computers, with editing programs, with figuring out a schedule for Child and I, trying to continue training on Penny. My life has just been very, very, very hectic. So, without further ado, this is day 7 of working with Penny, and it is absolutely insane to go back and look at this footage now because where she is today is a completely different horse, which is just so cool to watch. Hopefully you guys can hear everything okay. I've got a lot of fans going because it is the middle of July and it's like 100 degrees today and I'm dying. So fans are going. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Alright, this video is definitely a lot shorter than most of the other videos. You'll see that we didn't really do a lot of like big work, but we started just with grooming, and I absolutely love that she's standing ground type for this entire session, and she's doing these big yawns. It's a lot of releasing for her, lots of licking and chewing. You can hear me say whoa, but she literally doesn't move a feet.
Thank you, on. I have my Red Bull in the worst spot right now. I will bet I got so much hair in my Red Bull.
So I decided to speed this up here so you guys can see all 4 feet. This is sped up to, I think, like 400%, just to make it really fast. But you can see how much better she's doing. I mean, she picks her feet up pretty dang easy. She is just allowing me to pick her feet and kind of slap around on her feet. She was just doing phenomenal. And for once, it's raining in California. I decided to move my phone into the shelter so that it stayed dry. So that's why there's a kind of different angle. But this, I think, was the first time that we were trying to fly spray. And so I wanted to make sure that she was okay with the sound of it moving. So without me being super close, I just kind of walk around, shake the bottle, let her smell it when I come back up to her. She really didn't seem to mind it too much. I cut out a clip there because we were just kind of standing. But I'm just kind of spraying the spray bottle away from her so that she gets used to that sound and the visuals of the mist. And then I kind of spray next to her, spray under her chin a little bit, and then move on to actually spraying her side. She really had such minimal reaction to this. I was really surprised because Sage does not like being fly sprayed. I mean, she'll tolerate it. Just stands there for it, and I was super impressed. You guys can also see, I don't know if you could see it in other clips, but I tied the tarp to her pin. It's completely on the opposite side of her shelter, so I made sure that she still had access to her food and water away from it, so that's not a scary thing all the time. But it was a really good way to get her to kind of realize it's not something that's going to like attack her, if that makes sense. She got a lot better with brushing around her face and her legs. She really doesn't care anymore. Frickin' eye boogers.
Gross.
I kind of give her that vocal cue to pick up her foot.
Good.
But she really picks it up so light, which is so nice, especially being only a week out of the wild. I kind of slap her on her feet, just see what she would do. And this, I think, was the first time that I started to kind of like stretch her a little bit and see what she would let me do. She was super good about it. I don't know if she's just focused on something else today, but she really did not care. I kind of call this like a farrier stance because I don't know what you would actually call it, but I just was curious to see what she would do, and she let me just completely manipulate her legs, which is fantastic. She kind of looked at me like, what are you doing? It must have felt good because she just stood there. Next here, I think I've done this with her before, but I just was throwing around the lead rope, getting her used to things, kind of coming around her face, maybe touching her face a little bit. I especially like when it lands over the ear and kind of stays there, just because that contact with ears can be really scary sometimes.
Sorry. I'm not really trying to hit you in the face.
I really wasn't trying to hit her in the face. There, I just did a quick touch over the ear. I also was curious what she would do with a little bit of pressure, kind of coming from the opposite side. If she would follow me or if she would really kind of be hesitant.
Good. See, I think you know. I think you were just freaking out, huh?
Accidentally checked the lead rope, but it's fine. Here she really was starting to understand the motion of me pointing and saying down is to drop her head down. She was not a fan of this at first. But she cools down about this pretty quick. I think it's more the sound of my treat bag than anything. She really does settle down quick with it, which is super nice. That was the first time of actually having a hand on her while I was jumping, which was pretty dang cool that she had zero reaction. Alright, just put Nugget down for a nap. So I just wanted to show you a brief clip of the evening session. I just showed how I could still go in, kind of clean out her pen. I just chucked poop over the fence because I don't have my wheelbarrow at the moment, but I do end up getting it, I promise. And she's doing a lot better with me just kind of walking up to her and petting her. I didn't have anything on her at that point, so it was really cool to just be able to walk up and pet her. And with this being still within the first week, I still wanted to work on haltering with her, make it really smooth and fluid, and make sure she knows that I want her to kind of drop her head down into the halter and not, be all bonkers with it. One thing I've been thinking a lot about the last few days is how my goal for training, especially after doing this tip challenge, is to make it as boring as possible. And I know that sometimes that makes it really hard to make like entertaining YouTube videos, but in all actuality, like I don't want horses to be in a heightened state when I'm working on training. So to be able to keep her really calm and quiet, just show that, yeah, I could just chuck this lead rope over her back and she doesn't care. That is my ideal goal. I don't want it to be oh my God, head super high, which is kind of high right now, but whatever. Head super high, eyes really wide, breathing really hard. Like I don't want that when it comes to training. So she's really opened my eyes to that I really can appreciate a boring training process. That is it for this video. I know it's super, super short, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I promise that I'm going to get a little bit better now that I finally have my editing systems figured out, a little bit better about uploading. So I think the next few videos are going to be actually a summary of the week because it gets a little bit hard to keep up with basically the same footage every time of still picking up her feet, still putting the halter on. So I'm going to kind of break it up into week segments instead of every day because I know that I missed a few days too. I am going to be coming out with my results from the competition and how I feel that it went, what things I would rather work on. and different things like that. So make sure you stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye, guys.